Hello again, seventh graders. This is our last lesson of week 7. Well, our last video lesson, I should say. We're on textbook page 310 to 311, and we are in lesson 3 of topic 6. Ready? Let's go. All right, a mini quiz as per usual. Which mineral can be found in milk, teeth, and bones? Is it A, mica, B, rock, C, graphite, or D, calcium? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to eliminate some answers. I'm going to get rid of rock because minerals are not rock. Remember, they hang out together, but they're two different things. And also, I'm going to get rid of graphite because graphite is the mineral that is found in our pencils that makes up the tip of our pencils. So the correct answer is calcium. Calcium makes up our teeth and bones. Remember, mica is that mineral that we use a lot in makeup. Okay, speaking of minerals, today's goal is going to be how minerals form. So we're going to learn about how minerals are made. And actually, we're going to learn that there's 3 ways that we can make minerals. Minerals can be made from organic materials, they can be made from solutions, and they also can be made from magma and lava. In this particular lesson, we're only going to learn about organic materials and solutions and how those make minerals. All right, let's start with mineral formation from organic material. Organic means that it's natural, that it already exists in the earth, and it's not going to be something that humans make in the lab. So I'm going to introduce you to coral. Coral is found underwater. It's probably most famous for making up the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, but you can find coral in other parts of the world too. So coral looks like a rock. But they're actually animals. And what these little tiny microscopic animals do is they create a hard outer skeleton, almost like a shell, that's going to protect them from anything dangerous in the ocean. And that shell, that exoskeleton, is going to be made from calcium carbonate. And to put that really simply, calcium carbonate is made from the elements calcium, carbon, and oxygen. Lots of animals in the ocean will make their shells out of the same materials. So, all right, coral has a nice long life, and then unfortunately, he or she dies. Okay, R.I.P. coral. And what's going to happen is, even though the animal is technically dead, the calcium carbonate is going to remain, and it's going to kind of make its little deposit from where the coral used to live. And that's how we get minerals from a living thing. So this little deposit of calcium carbonate would not be there without the coral. So that is an example of mineral formation from an organic material. In this case, the organic material is the animal coral. All right, I want to talk about how we make minerals from solutions, but I would like to teach you guys about what a solution is first. So I'm going to give you guys, we're going to make pretend for a little bit, or make believe. So let's say you're kind of getting hungry after this lesson and you want to make chocolate milk, and you've got milk and you have chocolate powder like Hershey's chocolate milk powder or like Nesquik or Carnation, whatever you have in the house. All right, so what do? So you're going to take a big spoonful of the powder and you're going to add it to the milk, and you're going to stir the powder until it's absolutely gone and you have chocolate milk. Right? You don't want to like take a drink and have like all this powdery stuff on your lips or in your mouth. You want to make sure that all of that powder is gone and the milk and the powder are one, basically. So when you do that, we say that now the chocolate powder is dissolved in the milk. When you make your perfect chocolate milk, the milk is no longer white and there's no longer powder in your cup, we're going to say that that chocolate powder is dissolved. So another way that I could define the word dissolved is when a substance becomes part of a liquid. Okay, so maybe you've dissolved sugar in your coffee. You shouldn't be drinking coffee, but I know I sometimes dissolve sugar in my coffee. If you guys like Kool-Aid, you can say that you dissolved Kool-Aid in your water. Maybe if you have Gatorade powder, you could say you dissolved your Gatorade powder in your water. So it's basically when that substance becomes one with the water. Okay, So what's a solution then? Well, a solution is when water contains dissolved substances. And you guys use solutions all the time in your life. So here are some real life examples: sugar and water. So I don't know how much of you drink just straight up sugar and water, but if you make iced tea, that's a solution. If you make Gatorade, that's a solution. If you're drinking pop, that's a solution because that is mostly sugar and water. Salt and water, like if you want to make a salt water gargle or rinse, if you have like some cuts in your mouth, that's a good way to heal them. And our example from last slide, cocoa powder and milk, is also a solution because milk is actually mostly water. So something about solutions is that when the water evaporates, and evaporates means when something turns from a liquid to a gas, the dissolved substance is going to remain. It's not going to evaporate with the water. So think about when you're at the beach and you're swimming, you're having a good time, and it's got to be the ocean. It can't be Lake Erie. And, you lay on the beach for a little bit and you feel like your hair is really crunchy. Well, that's because the water that was on your hair has evaporated, but the salt has remained. Okay, so now that we've learned what exactly a solution is, we're going to learn about how minerals are made from crystallization. So when there is a lot of substances dissolved in a solution, it can crystallize or become solid when the liquid evaporates. So you'll see in the right-hand corner, here's a little GIF, and it kind of looks like it's freezing, but it's not, because I could actually stick my finger in there and see that it's a solid substance. I wouldn't, because I don't know what kind of chemical that is, but it's not just freezing, it's that dissolved substance becoming solid again. All right, so again, when water is gone from a solution, when it evaporates, combinations of elements are left behind. And this is how mineral formations can form. Okay, you have a solution, that water goes away from the solution, but all of those dissolved substances are left over and they might start to crystallize, and then you got some beautiful mineral formation. All right, so here's another cool crystallization under the microscope, and you can see in the beginning you can see a little bit of water, and then you see that whatever this dissolved substance is becoming solid again. And again, it looks like freezing, but that's not water. That's whatever leftover substance is left from that solution. Okay, so a cool thing about crystallization is you can actually do it at home. And you can make rock candy by doing this. So I'm going to walk you through how to do this experiment if you'd like to try it. So what you're going to need is 2 cups of water and 4 cups of sugar. It's very important that you have more sugar than water. If not, it's not going to make crystals. You're also going to need a string or a wooden skewer. A wooden skewer is like that long stick that maybe you guys would use for barbecuing or making kebabs. You can ask your parents. They should know what a wooden skewer is. If you want to have your rock candy taste like something besides sugar, you can use a little vanilla flavoring that you would use from baking, or you can use a Kool-Aid packet. Don't add water to the Kool-Aid, just throw it into your sugar and water. And you're also going to need a glass container. You can use a reused sauce jar, you could use a cup, you could use a wine glass. You just want to have a pretty big opening, a pretty wide opening. You don't want something small. Okay, so here are your directions. You're going to heat the water up carefully, preferably with a parent or adult, and you're going to dissolve all this sugar. And I mean dissolve, like it should be gone. It shouldn't be gritty when you put your spoon on the bottom of your bowl or pot. You shouldn't hear scraping. It should be gone. So this might take some time. And a good way to make sure things are dissolved is to add a little bit of heat. All right, then when you're done with that, you're going to fill your glass container. If using string, make sure the string is attached to a pen or pencil. So here's an example, because you want it to hang. You don't want it over the side. And the really important thing is don't let your string or skewer touch the bottom of the glass, or else it's not going to work. Okay, then you're going to place your glass in a sunny spot because we want the water to evaporate, so we need a little heat. Let sit for a week. So it will take some time. And then After about a week, take out your string or skewer and enjoy, because the sugar should have crystallized from the solution and you should be left with delicious, delicious rock candy. Okay, guys, this is just for fun. You definitely don't have to do it, especially if you don't have the supplies. Don't worry about it. If you do, I'd love to see how it comes out. So please feel free to, send me a picture via email or Schoology. I'd like to see what you came up with. Okay, let's end with a quiz. When a substance like salt or sugar is dissolved in water, it is called A, mineral, B, drink, C, solution, or D, deposit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to get rid of drink because that just sounds not super scientific. I'm also going to get rid of deposit because the deposit is when you can find a bunch of minerals underground. So correct answer is solution. Okay, remember solution is when a substance is dissolved in water, like sugar in water or salt in water. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. I will see you back here soon.